yesterday at 6 o'clock. We were given 5 full container loads from the shipping terminal out to the new solar farm being built. We've done this run a few times now. Woke up this morning to pouring rain just like yesterday. Not quite as heavy, but still it was raining. Bobtailed over to the shipping terminal, which is on a modified schedule. So certain days of the week they open at 7 instead of 6. And then they close for lunch from 11:15 to 1 o'clock. So that, we have to work with that. So it's messing everything up. But also the rainy weather, which we have had on and off. Mine just looks very shaky for some reason. Anytime you get up close to the mountains, it's raining. It's kind of sunshining where we're headed, where the solar farm is being built. But every time we come inland a little bit, we get up close to the mountains, it starts to rain. So we're dealing with that. So we got weather problems, we got scheduling problems, and we've had multiple accidents today. So we've already spent an hour waiting in traffic coming from the job site back to the shipping terminal. And now we're headed back to the job site with another full container, and we're stuck in traffic again. The zipper lane normally would be closed right now, but because of the morning accident, they left it open for an extra hour, so they haven't collapsed the zipper lane yet. That adds to the traffic in this direction. Whatever it is, it's in the lane we're in. We got to move over 2 lanes, it looks like. So along with merging, everybody's got a rubberneck, so you got to be real careful in these situations, because chances are the people around you aren't paying attention. Between the traffic and the weather, I guess it's trying on people's patience. said they needed a container back at our terminal, so we ran back and dropped that on dock 11. And they wanted me to pick up an empty from the Inter Island shipping terminal, take it down to the pool supply company. So we just finished that. And we're trying to get back to the shipping terminal to pick up the third full out of 5. It sounds like I'm going to get some help with the other 2 maybe. Try to get all 5 today because it's going to be 5 tomorrow and 5 the next day. So you really don't want to fall behind, but it's kind of hard when you got traffic and weather and shipping terminal schedules. But trying to make it happen. That's why we're trying to do whatever we can during the lunch hour. And they told me to run over to this cabinet company that I dropped the container off here yesterday. And it was probably the most difficult spot I've made in quite a while. And I told them, whoever you send over to pick that up, it's got to be a small truck like mine, otherwise they're really going to have a hard time. So I just got the call. They said, oh, you're in the neighborhood, go and pick it up. And I'll take it back to the shipping terminal, which means we got to go to the back of the queue because we'll have a container. A lot of different lanes here. I think I want to go straight. One of the problems we have is all these cones that are sitting right out in front of the warehouse. I picked up some of them there. They're still behind the telephone pole where I left them. See, these guys look like they're still taking stuff out of it. They still got a couple more pallets they got to offload, but it's hand stack pallets, so it's going to take probably like 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. The guys in the container speak Chinese, so every question I ask, the answer is yeah. Don't care what I ask you, the answer is always yeah. So I talked to the boss, because my boss doesn't want to wait the 20 minutes it's going to take him to finish up. He would prefer I head to the shipping terminal and get in and get that third container load of solar panels. And then when we're done at the end of the day, we'll come back here and grab this container, because as you can see, you got to get into that little parking lot and back it up into where the van is right now. So we'll do that later on at the end of the day. Hopefully there won't be as many cars in the parking lot. So this is Dillingham Boulevard, where the new railroad is being built, and they're putting in all the infrastructure, so it should be 2 lanes in either direction. The turn lane in the middle. Not a neighborhood you want to be in, because you'll be stuck in traffic, which we are. The life of a local trucker, and I think a lot of people think that we drive a lot, but we don't. The job is so simple. All you got to do is pick up a container, move it down the road, and drop it off. But it's not easy, because 25% of the day, almost 2 hours of the day, is spent doing all this paperwork for everybody to keep track of what I'm doing. Then another 2 hours of the day at least is spent sitting in traffic like this. So you gotta have some patience, you gotta enjoy paperwork, which I don't. I don't have a lot of patience either. And then you spend a lot of time just fixing equipment and repairing things, you know, pre-tripping, post-tripping, keeping an eye on things so that you catch it, you know, before it breaks, or know what to do when it does break. So a good 2 hours a day is spent doing that. So on an 8-hour day, you actually spend 2 hours driving, actual driving. The rest of the time it's waiting, paperwork. As you would think, the part you enjoy the most about the job is the actual driving. All the other stuff that comes with it is not so fun. Anyway, we're going to bobtail over to the shipping terminal, run inside and get our third of 5 container loads going out to the new solar farm out on the Eva Beach area on the island. Woo! Time to shut them down. Man, what a day. 4:32. Today was one of those days I feel like I did a lot, but I don't feel like I accomplished as much as I wanted to. But we came in at 6. We'll be out of here by 12:45, I guess. We did 7 movements. Back to that cabinet place and got that container unglued from its parking lot. 275. But it's too late to dump it. The shipping terminal closed at 3:45, so we just brought it back here to the yard, and then one of the drivers couldn't get his fifth wheel to disconnect. So we spent some time helping him fix the handle, and the release was bent pretty bad, so every time he'd hook up, if he didn't put pressure on the fifth wheel, it wouldn't release. Kind of like the same problem I have, just that my fifth wheel I think is newer. 522. So that'd be 40, 160, 164 miles driven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 container movements. Shut it down. We're off tomorrow. Fill your lights up. Signals. But we have a football photo shoot out in Wyanite tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Probably our most profitable sports photo shoot. I don't know what it is about football, but man, they order lots of extra pictures. And maybe it has to do a little bit with the culture of the Wyanite Coast. I don't know. But it's a lot of work. Football teams are huge. I don't know how many teams are doing, but usually it's like 5 or 6. And then what we do is we do a league shot where we put all the teams together and shoot the whole league. I think that's the only place we ever do that, as far as I know. We'll shoot whole divisions within the league, but rarely do we do the whole league. There's too many people. I mean, you got to stand up on a ladder to get up high enough and back far enough to get it all in. That's what we're doing tomorrow afternoon. But tomorrow morning, we're just going to relax, take it easy. Maybe do some chores. Got to look at my window. It's getting really hard to roll up on my pickup truck. I've replaced it once before, but I could tell when I replaced it that made in China stuff wasn't going to last. So I think that was like 5 or 6 years ago. So probably going to have to do it again. But that's about it for today. We're headed home. We're going to make a sweet potatoes, tater tots, and salmon fillets all baked together in the oven, the new oven. That's what's for dinner. Thanks for watching today. Aloha.